The coronavirus pandemic will, without a doubt, have a place in the history books, tiktakers. Nobody expected a tragedy of this magnitude, although it is said that a particular clairvoyant left some written clues about it almost 500 years ago. We are talking about the famous Nostradamus, the man who many people believe predicted the world wars, Hitler's rise to power, the assassination of President Kennedy, and the Twin Towers attacking New York. Another one of his alleged predictions is that a comet will fall on Earth in the year 2027. But is it true that he predicted the coronavirus pandemic, as some claim? First, we need to learn more about his life. He was born at the beginning of the 16th century in Saint-Remy-de-Provence, at the southeast of France. His parents were Jacques, a notary, and Renier, and he had at least 8 siblings. He started his studies at the Avignon University until he had to close down in 1520 due to the bubonic plague. He worked as a pharmacist for many years until he could restart his education in medicine at the Montpellier University. They never gave him a title though, because at the time it was very frowned upon to work as a pharmacist. Despite this, he traveled through all of France assisting victims of the plague and meeting alchemists and mystics, who introduced him to occultism and astrology. Society was in a very turbulent state because of the plague, which prematurely took his first wife and 2 of his children. In the middle of all of this, in 1550, he started to write almanacs where he would make predictions about the future. And he became so popular as a clairvoyant that he even got important customers such as Catherine de' Medici, wife of King Henry II. However, he had to sign his work under the pen name Nostradamus to avoid persecution from the Catholic Church, which categorized clairvoyance as witchcraft and a crime. In 1555, he published his masterpiece, The Prophecies, a collection of 1,000 verses that compiled all of his predictions. He died when he was 62 due to a pulmonary edema, and his tombstone says, "Here lie the bones of the illustrious Michel Nostradamus, alone of all mortals judged worthy to record events of the entire world, with his almost divine pen under the influence of the stars." However, if you actually sit down to read Nostradamus' prophecies, you will find they are practically a huge tongue twister, almost impossible to decipher. Besides being written in ancient French, he made up a method of hindering the understandability of his texts, so he couldn't be prosecuted by the Inquisition. He used metaphors, word games, and even words in Greek, Latin, Italian, Hebrew, and Arabic. Some of his texts are so confusing that they are open to many different interpretations. That's why those who criticize Nostradamus' prophecies say that they just say whatever their followers want to see. For instance, there's this verse, "At 45 degrees the sky will burn and the fire will approach the great new city. In an instant a great and dispersed flame will jump when it is needed that the Normans are tested." Many believe that this verse is a prediction of the Twin Towers attack. The new city, inhabited by Normans, located at a latitude of 45, would be New York. Recently, an alleged fragment of his work became viral, which many believe is a prediction of today's pandemic. It says, "There will be a twin year from which will arise a queen who will come from the east and who will spread a plague in the darkness of night, on a country with 7 hills, and will transform the twilight of men into dust to destroy and ruin the world." They also say the verse was accompanied with a symbol that looked similar to a virus. The truth is that social media played a trick on us again, since it's been verified that the alleged text doesn't appear in any of Nostradamus' writings. However, his believers rushed to declare that he did predict the pandemic with this other fragment that does exist in his body of work. "The great plague from the marine city will not stop until the death of the just blood is avenged, condemned for a price without crime from the great dame outraged by the simulation." In that case, what would be the marine city? The city of Wuhan, where the pandemic originated, is not a coastal city, although a river does cross through it. Who could be the Great Dame? The verses are just too ambiguous and are open to many interpretations. Maybe you have your own interpretations, TikTakers? If so, enlighten us with your theories in the comments. And that's not all. It seems Nostradamus also wrote other predictions for 2020. That the United Kingdom will be ruled by an absolute monarchy, that there will be many fires in Europe, that a huge earthquake will devastate America during the summer, and that a huge conflict between two great powers from the West and the East will change the course of history. If he's right, I don't look forward to the rest of the year, TikTakers. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!